Jump over to John 18, verse 33. So Pilate entered his headquarters and again called Jesus and said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "Do you say this of your own accord, or did others say it to you about me?" Pilate answered, "Am I a Jew? Your own nation and the chief priests have delivered you over to me. What have you done?" I love Pilate as a character because he so perfectly encapsulates the world system. It is amazing that the left ironically uses the word woke to describe their philosophy as if it's supposed to be some new revelation when it is a worldview as old as mankind itself. It is the mentality of the very world system which the Bible warns about. Before anyone ever taught critical theory in any classroom, Pilate is already subscribing to the idea that different ethnicities have different truths. "Am I a Jew?" he asks. You can almost imagine the Pharisees and temple guards who delivered Jesus to Pilate wearing t-shirts that say, "It's a Jew thing, you wouldn't understand." Contrary to the Greek and Roman philosophy, which actually asserted that truth was an objective reality which could be understood by all who ardently pursue it, Pilate concedes to our current mentality that he hasn't lived the Jewish experience, so he doesn't know their truth. Now we're coming to the really big part and the source of our debate about Christians being involved in politics. Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have been fighting, that I might not be delivered over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not from the world." This whole being in the world, but not of it, is a big theme for John. Again, remember, John is a disciple who saw the transfiguration and was taken up to heaven, so his gospel is the most metaphysical. Jesus makes it clear that real, devout Christians will not be accepted by the world system. So why are so many woke pastors trying to be accepted by those devoted to a worldly philosophy? If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. John 15:19. See also John 17:14-16. Jesus calls Satan the ruler and God of this world in John 16:11 and 12:21. Pacifists, what I call cloistered Christian isolationists, use this passage as an excuse to never fight. But Jesus is not saying my kingdom is not of this world, so everyone hide from it, be content in your little church life and have no impact on the world around you. No, he says the opposite. He says my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have been fighting, that I might not be delivered over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not from the world. Now, am I saying that we need to be physically fighting over every issue like those who are of the world? No. They fight physically because their only hope is in a physical, material world. What I am saying is that we are servants of Christ the King. So we should be executing his agenda. And what is that agenda? Then Pilate said to him, "So you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. For this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." Boom. There it is. I freely admit that I have a Peter-like personality and might be a little too quick to unsheath my sword and cut a few ears off now and again. I'm not saying that's okay, but it's pretty clear here that we are the light of the world. And a city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light up a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they set it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. Matthew 5:14. We are to fight the good fight and engage the world, always defending truth. Not just the truth of the gospel, but all truth is God's truth and worthy of defense. Jesus makes it clear that if you defend the truth, you will be hated by this world. And to those milquetoast Christians who like to pretend that they are staying above the fray for the sake of the gospel, do you really think Jesus' constant warnings about hate and persecution from this world will come because you say, "Would you like some coffee and donuts? Jesus loves you, neighbor"? No. Rome perfectly tolerated Christians as long as their Christianity stayed a private matter and didn't threaten the power of Caesar. The Nazi and Communist Chinese regimes, as well as almost every despotic regime throughout history, always allow state-sponsored Christian churches. Same goes here in America. Every candidate pretends to be a person of faith. Everyone tips their hat to God the provider. But if you ever dare to follow and declare the dictates of God the lawgiver, look out, brother, because the wrath of the God of this world is coming at you.